Rockwell Automation's retroencabulator. Now basically, the only new principle involved is that instead of power being generated by the relative motion of conductors and fluxes, it's produced by the modial interaction of magnetoreluctance and capacitive diractance. The original machine had a base plate of prefamulated amulite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings were in a direct line with a panametric fan. The lineup consisted simply of 6 hydrocoptic Marsal vanes, so fitted to the ambifacient lunar wane shaft that side fumbling was effectively prevented. The main winding was of the normal Lotus-O deltoid type placed in panendermic semi-boloid slots of the stator. Every 7th conductor being connected by a non-reversible Tremi pipe to the differential girdle spring on the up end of the gram meters. Moreover, whenever fluorescent score motion is required, it may also be employed in conjunction with a drawn reciprocation dingle arm to reduce sinusoidal depleneration. With customer success as our primary focus, work has been proceeding on the crudely conceived idea of an instrument that would not only provide inverse reactive current for use in unilateral phase detractors, but would also be capable of such an instrument comprised of
Bitcoin.
Okay, folks, who'll start me off at $100,000? $100,000 anywhere? 100? Would you bid and buy 100 anywhere? 100,000? Would you go 100? How about 90,000? 90? Would you bid and buy 90 anywhere? 90? Would you go 90 anywhere? 90? How about 80? 80,000? Come on, 80,000. Would you bid and buy 80? 80? Thank you. No, 85,000. 85,000. Would you bid and buy 85? Thank you. No, 90,000. 90,000. Would you bid and buy 90? Would you put them at 90 anywhere? 90?
Who is Sailor? Sailor's a Bitcoin bull. 38,250 Bitcoins for the bull of bulls. The century sailor, smarter, faster, stronger, longer. He hits Bitcoin harder, smarter. 38,250 Bitcoins for the bull of bulls. Sailor is a Bitcoin bull. 19.3 trillion times more secure for sure. That's no bull. Sailor exponentially growing, smarter, faster, stronger, longer. Nothing can stop the sailor. Bull. Sailor was born to buck. Docu-Series out of luck. Nothing can stop the sailor. Bull.
Why do you want to be here? Why do you love Bitcoin Video Magazine? Why do you love being a part of history?
We're going back to the frickin' moon, that's why.
Hello and welcome to the news desk. I am Natasha Nguyen, coming to you from the Bitcoin Video Magazine studio. One of Jack Dorsey's latest brainchildren, BitChat, launched last summer as a weekend hack. This decentralized messenger skips the internet entirely. No servers, no SIM cards, just Bluetooth mesh networks hopping messages phone to phone. Think protest-proof chats in blackout zones. Or sending Bitcoin, zapping sats to the front line while offline. Reports say activists in Iran are using it to stay connected during crackdowns. Messages flying under radar while the net stays dark. Places like Nepal and Uganda too. Folks dodging shutdowns, trading sats peer-to-peer. Dorsey calls it inspired by Bitcoin. Encrypted, private, no tracking. And he's teased offline BTC transfers. Imagine passing a friend's sats over a crowded street. No Wi-Fi needed. Stay tuned. More on how this could reshape money when the grid fails. In another bold and beautiful move for the Bitcoin believers, Dorsey has decided that he will auto-enable Bitcoin Lightning payments for 4 million Square merchants. And in global news, starting January 1st, 2028, the Netherlands plans to implement a 36% tax on actual annual returns of investments, including unrealized capital gains on stocks, bonds, and Bitcoin. Let's go live with our soulful correspondents on the ground in Gothenburg, Sweden, TL and Emil.
Good morning, Natasha!
Good morning.
So just in, we hear that the Netherlands are considering a 36% tax on unrealized gains.
And we think this is a very sad development for the countries here in EU. Your investment is going up and you're getting taxed before you even sell anything.
Starting in 2028, paper profits could become real bills.
And that's like getting sunburned without even getting tanned.
Supporters say it's fair taxation. Bitcoiners say if you can tax unrealized gains, what do you even own?
And this is why self-custody is getting so important to look into. You're getting more sovereign and you're having more control of what you own.
So we think that members of the EU should look into this and study Bitcoin.
So I guess this means we're not going to the Redhead Festival in Netherlands this summer. We can't really stand behind this.
I guess not. Anyway, keep stacking.
And that's all from us here in Gothenburg. Over to you, Natasha.
Gingers for Bitcoin? Oh, that's great.
Thanks, guys. On March 3rd, 2026, Indiana Governor Mike Braun signed a new bill into law, making Indiana the first U.S. state to authorize and require the inclusion of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in a state-managed retirement plan. Meanwhile, in Illinois, two pieces of legislation have also been introduced: the Bitcoin Community Reserve Act and the Digital Asset Investment Act. Let's go to Tim Niemeyer, president of the Illinois Bitcoin Council, who has more, with info from the state of Illinois.
Hey y'all, Tim Niemeyer here, president of the Illinois Bitcoin Council. I just want to share with you a few things we got going on. We have two pieces of legislation introduced. One being the Community Bitcoin Reserve Act, which allows communities to set up a multi-sig and release Bitcoin funds over the life of the project, which will allow for communities to invest in their own projects. Another one that goes along with that is the Digital Asset Investment Act. Currently, municipalities aren't allowed to invest in not only Bitcoin, but Bitcoin-related products like ETFs or strategy. This bill allows for that to happen, and it also eases the way for the Alt-Geld Bitcoin Reserve to become fully functional.
Hey Tim, in addition to advocacy and developing connections with policymakers, what else is your team doing on the ground?
In addition to that, we're also in Illinois trying to onboard businesses to Bitcoin and Lightning. We're trying to educate legislators, hosting workshops, talking to chambers of commerce, even talking to churches, trying to help them support their missions. We got a lot of stuff going on here in Illinois. Just want to share a few things. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you to Tim Niemeyer and the Illinois Bitcoin Council.
And finally, in entertainment news from Hollywood, Jennifer Garner will play a role in a Bitcoin movie on Netflix. The film follows a divorced couple who discover that Bitcoin they won together during a wild night on a cruise is now worth millions. They must retrace their steps to find the forgotten seed phrase before their access expires, with only 3 days to unlock the fortune.
Is Hollywood giving us a tech lesson on combining CLTV with multi-sig scripts? Oh man, I hope I didn't just drop a spoiler.
It's funny, because I also understand up, check, lock, time, verify within a multi-signature redemption path, and know that if I'd issue a winner's claim, I'd be nervously counting blocks to activate the delayed spend and issuer sweep immediately after the specific block height or timestamp had been reached, and snatch it back. That's it for our universe-wide Bitcoin news. From all of us here at Bitcoin Video Magazine, we wish you a bright future with much more positive news to share.
They laughed. They doubted. We built anyway. This is not just a community. This is the Bitcoin Army. More than 9,000 voices, builders, educators, creators, signal boosters, We don't wait for permission. We show up. We teach. We build. Watch the signal. Join the Bitcoin Army.
Okay, let's go.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the world's first cryptocurrency, and it works because of the world's first public blockchain network. What does Bitcoin do? It's simple. It lets you send and receive value to and from anyone in the world using nothing more than a computer and an internet connection. Now, why is it revolutionary? Because unlike every other tool for sending money over the internet, it works without the need to trust a middleman. The lack of any corporation in between means that Bitcoin is the world's first public digital payments infrastructure. And by public, I simply mean available to all and not owned by any single entity.
Digital gold.
It was unclear whether we were going to exempt gold from tariffs, which I believe we have. So there was a big move out of vaults in Switzerland, out of vaults in London to get it into New York. There are a lot of different stores of value over time. Bitcoin's becoming a store of value. Gold has historically been a store of value. Where do we see the gold demand coming from? A huge amount is from China.
Yes.
Where they're in the middle of an economic recession/depression. People don't trust the Chinese currency because they have capital controls. There are 1.4 billion Chinese who all want to get their money out, and they won't let them.
They want the money, can't hide their desire. With a full pocket, mine is admired. I'm great because I got it, not for who I am. They live in luxury, I'm the treasure, the plan.
You made reference to Bitcoin, and I thought I heard a little bit of condescension that people are buying Bitcoin and these things.
Charlie Munger attacked Bitcoin. He called it evil, in part because it would begin to undermine the Fed's ability to manage the economy.
Or it could provide market discipline, or it could tell the world that things need to be fixed.
Bitcoin does not make you nervous.
Bitcoin does not make me nervous. I can hearken back to a dinner I had here in 2011. Mark Andreessen, who showed me the white paper. That was the original white paper. I wish I had understood as clearly as he did how transformative Bitcoin and this new technology would be. Bitcoin doesn't trouble me. I think of it as an important asset that can help inform policymakers when they're doing things right and wrong. It is not a substitute to the dollar. I think it can often be a very good policeman for policy. There's the innovators, the imitators, and the incompetents. There are real innovators that are happening in and around that new technology. And what I would try to impart towards businesses and bankers is that the underlying technology that Mark showed me in that white paper, it's just software. It's just the newest, coolest software that will provide us an ability to do things that we could never have done before. Can the software be used for good and evil? Yes, both, like all software. So I don't cast aspersions like that.
The evolution of Bitcoin over the years is one of the things that has influenced changes in my view. It has proven itself something like 10, 11 years ago. Imagine the programming of this. It has not been hacked. It has come an amazing way over that 11 years to be the most excited topic among a lot of people, and has been used and has obtained the status of having imputed value. At the same time, it is one of those assets that is an alternative money. I think we're entering an era where there's going to be a competition of monies because of the printing of fiat money and the depreciated value. There will be a competition of monies. Bitcoin is part of that competition. But the money has two purposes, a medium of exchange and a storehold of wealth. And it's portable. And it's best if it's recognized in other countries. So gold is one of those. I look at it as an alternative gold, but I look at a number of things as alternative gold. And gold is still my favorite because of certain qualities. For example, you can't trace it. In Bitcoin, you can trace who owns it, where it's going, and so on. Governments can't have that ability to trace it and so on. A gold piece of coin, it's not connected. I think not connected has benefits, particularly in a world where maybe connections could be more risky.
But a new sound is rising. The sound of a global network.
Look, I think the next evolution is just more common acceptance and acknowledgement that Bitcoin is the greatest commodity on earth. It's freely tradable, and there's a finite amount of it, which I think we all know here, and we need to keep spreading the good word in, and that's all, Cantor's trying to do in America, in the Wall Street world. And I think, as that becomes more widely accepted, more liquidity to the asset, I think there is no ceiling. And that's why, I'm here. That's why I'm in my suit and tie in Switzerland, because, I really care about this. Cantor really cares about this, and we really want to be a core part of the ecosystem.
Private key. Your secret code. The guardian of your Bitcoin. Never share it. It's the whisper that unlocks your wealth hidden deep. Safe in your control.
Welcome to Bitcoin Video Magazine. Like and subscribe for more Bitcoin content.
Whoa, steady now. Not bad for an old lady. Look at that reflection go. The average person works 80,000 hours in their lifetime. Most won't spend even 1 hour learning how money actually works.
Study Bitcoin. Hyper-associative thinking is a cognitive style characterized by an accelerated and intense ability to create connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, memories, sensations, and emotions. Instead of following a linear, step-by-step path, this mental process functions as a web or constellation of links, often allowing for rapid, creative leaps across disparate semantic domains.
You can't vote against a printing press!
Study Bitcoin.
Every new unit printed steals from every unit saved.
Study Bitcoin.
Central control needs trust. Decentral systems need verification.
Study Bitcoin.
Governments are subsidizing wars by printing fiat currency.
Study Bitcoin.
No other human activity causes as much environmental destruction as war.
Study Bitcoin.
Rocket is unstoppable! Woo! Higher and faster! By the dip!
At some point I realized if I want to work freely, I can't function inside other people's structures. So I built my own. No agency, no corporation. One person, one mind, one direction. I create art, design, music, memes, and recently I started writing code around Bitcoin. I build things that carry meaning. And I use a system that moves time, energy, and value directly, without permission, without intermediaries. This isn't a brand for everyone, because I'm not a brand. It's a playground for those who'd rather create than explain. I'll keep building this, step by step.
Hey, Bitcoin Video Magazine. You got a package?
You've got mail. Are those the stickers?
No waste.
Yes. Oh, sick! Look at that. Oh, looks like it's time for a
Sticker giveaway.
transmission of no suppliers and capacitive directives.
You got mail.
Turbo encapulator.
Hello, my name is Thomas, I'm a French Bitcoiner, and right now my wife and I are riding a motorcycle to Latin America without a plan to return. Our goal is to reach Ushuaia at the southern tip and get back up as far as we can. Our big dream would be to reach Alaska, but honestly, getting into Central America would already be a big achievement.
Bon, déjà on est content parce qu'on n'a pas pris la foudre. C'était pas gagné.
I discovered Bitcoin, I think during the COVID lockdown. Something felt deeply wrong with the world at that time, and the rat race was starting to drive me insane. At that time, I was running a small electronic business with a partner. We had up to 5 employees, and it was a modest business, but I felt like I was a prisoner in my own company. You know, our client's projects only made sense because of government subsidies. It was pure fiat game from start to finish. So I went very deep into the rabbit hole, and I read pretty much every Bitcoin book that existed at that time. Some of them completely blow my mind. Yeah, and I think in a way I had what really some people call the Bitcoin epiphany, you know. At that point there was no coming back. Bitcoin became for me an obsession. So I started to organize Bitcoin meetups in my town, Nantes, in France. And together with some friends, we created a small but very hardcore Bitcoin Maxi conference, which is called Bitcoin Economic Forum. And so there I met so many based Bitcoiners that only reinforced what I already knew. I had to opt out. So me and my wife are always been loving motorcycle trips, and for years, every summer vacation, we would ride for weeks, exploring almost every corner of France, Ireland, Spain, and a bit of Germany. So then one day, after a particularly shitty day at work, I came home and told my wife, this is it, let's sell everything and leave, let's go ride to Ushuaia and let's get as far as we can. She did not hesitate for a second, so just, okay, let's go. Just realized that I didn't need to be a millionaire or to eat big money to make this dream come true. I just had to jump in and, okay, just do it. So we sold everything, we sold our apartment, we got rid of about 80% of our belongings. We just kept our motorcycles and our travel gear. Obviously I stacked some sats and bought tickets for us and the bike to Montevideo and Uruguay, where we started our journey. Some may see that it's a middle-life crisis, but I prefer to call it the Bitcoiner blues. And to me, the journey isn't just about responding to a call of freedom or having a life-changing adventure. It's also my way of exploring real Bitcoin adoption on the ground. So on the road, I rely heavily on BTC Map and Orange Club to find and meet local Bitcoiners.
Salut, et ben écoutez, on est ici à Satoshi CrossFit.
And in fact, it works pretty well.
So you are the owner of Satoshi CrossFit? Can you...
Exactly, yeah.
So,
we opened here 4 years ago with the idea of promote the Bitcoin and Satoshi in the fitness environment.
Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And have a nice trip around.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
To meetups in Uruguay, connected with Escuelita Bitcoin in Paraguay. I went in La Cripta community in Buenos Aires. I visited Bitcoin school in Cordoba. And occasionally I go to Bitcoin stores I found on the way to have a discussion with the owner.
Premier Bitcoin store. Hello Adrian, so we are here in your Bitcoin store. Can you tell us some words about it? What do you think about Bitcoin adoption in Argentina?
En cuanto a las criptomonedas, dado que los argentinos guardan sus ahorros en monedas estables y en Bitcoin para invertir.
What does Bitcoin mean for you? Muchas gracias, Adrian.
Por nada, gracias a ustedes por venir.
And yeah, even some of these people became friends.
We are here at La Cripta in Buenos Aires, which is a Bitcoin community.
The biggest Bitcoin community in Argentina.
And so we still chat from time to time. It's really cool.
Nice.
I'm representing Blue Bitcoin here in Argentina. We're getting more people to know us. So yeah, basically I'm creating content, I'm participating in events, in conferences, educating people. I'm also working with Bitcoin School to communicate why Bitcoin is so important. We want to see a hyper-Bitcoinized world, and so we are joining forces to make this happen.
Thanks, Mikael. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, Bitcoin completely changed my view of the world, and for me it's not just about numbers go up, it's really about escaping the fiat game and helping build a better society for everyone. So I think one day I might write a book about all this and my journey, but for now most of my days are spent riding and hunting for off-road tracks and exploring the crazy landscape of Latin America. If any Bitcoin company ever wants to support a ride from Ushuaia to Alaska, meeting Bitcoiners all along the way, yeah, that would be really cool. But anyway, I try to document my journey on X and Nostr, so if you want to have updates on our trips, so don't hesitate to follow us. See ya!
There's got to be a better way to find local Bitcoiners.
Satoshi, the smallest unit of Bitcoin, named after its mysterious creator. 1 Bitcoin equals 100 million Satoshi, like tiny whispers of value, stacking up forever. Softly.
Today's Tech Deck will be on how to start a revolution. Bitcoin Army, mount up.
It wasn't
fill a pizza merchant and steakhouse out into meetup groups. Let's get these organized. Let's get these passed out to meetup groups on Bitcoin Pizza Day. Let's start with pizza restaurants in the world. Let's do this. Imagine what we could do. Lower your time preference. Let's do this for the next 5 years. In 5 years, all the pizza places are going to accept it. In 5 years, a lot of the steakhouses are going to accept Bitcoin. Spread the word in your meetup groups. Spread the word on X, on Nostr. Get people involved. Get people that are in print. Bitcoin Video Magazine. BitcoinVideoMagazine.com. You'll see where to go.
Counterfeit currency creates a counterfeit kingdom. This is why everything feels so fake. Fake food, fake genders, fake news, fake education, fake science, fake religions, fake ideologies. It's all fake because it's built on lies. America divorced its money from truth in 1971 when it completely decoupled from gold. And it's been in a downhill spiral ever since. Money is a representation of our time and energy. If the money is built on lies, should we expect anything less than total societal degradation? The money may violate sowing and reaping, but we are reaping what we have sown with corrupt money even still. You can't escape this. You can't escape God's design. The most pressing need in money right now is not finding the next best investment. It's aligning our money with truth. Until that is accomplished, the rest is just decay. Bitcoin is the truth protocol, which can restore what the lie of fiat has destroyed.
In a landmark move announced in early March 2026, Paraguay's state-owned electricity company, National Administration of Electricity, has launched a government-led Bitcoin mining initiative. The operation will deploy roughly 1,500 Bitcoin mining machines, previously seized from illegal operators. The machines will be powered by Paraguay's massive, cheap, and surplus hydroelectric power from large dams, maximizing the efficiency of unused energy. This initiative aligns with a broader strategy to solidify Paraguay as a sustainable, regulated, state-backed Bitcoin mining hotspot, following in the footsteps of countries like El Salvador.
Hey everybody, this is Cinco from Cinco Doggos Mining in the Great Republic of Texas. Pardon the look right now of my workshop. We're kind of going through a little bit of a renovation, so things are a little bit sparse right now. I wanted to come to you with a breakdown of one of the most important parts of Bitcoin mining, and that's mining pools. If you're new to the space, you recently started mining, maybe with something like a BitAxe Gamma, or maybe even like a Bitmain S19, understanding how mining pools work is key to your success. Mining Bitcoin on your own, known as solo mining, is like playing the lottery. Yes, you might win big, but most people will mine for years and never find a block. That's why the vast majority of miners join pools, online groups where everyone combines their computing power for a better chance at steady rewards. There are two main types of mining pools. First, the combined mining pool. Think of this as team mining. Pools like AirBTC, Brains Pool, or Ocean Mining bring together thousands of individual miners and their respective mining machines or rigs. Whenever the pool finds a block, the reward, called a subsidy, currently at 3.125 Bitcoin, and sometimes the transaction fees, is split amongst all the participants based on how much they contributed. You get paid more regularly, but in smaller amounts. Second is solo or lottery pools. In these, each miner essentially creates a brand new lottery ticket every 10 minutes or so, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you find a block, you win the entire block subsidy and the transaction fees, minus a small commission from the pool. Your payouts are rare, but can be life-changing if your luck and your hash power is strong enough. BTC Pool, for example, offers both group and solo pool modes. Or you can even run your own mini pool at home using Ocean Pool's Datum project for a commission fee as low as 1% on your winnings. Joining a pool is usually pretty simple. You set your mining hardware or software with the pool's server or Stratum address, and you put in your payout wallet address where you want your sats to go. You can choose a pool based on reputation, payout methods, fees, or other features. For example, BTC is famous for its versatility and user-friendliness, and Brains Pool has been around since the beginning of Bitcoin mining. Ocean Mining, kind of the newer guy on the scene, focuses on transparency and decentralization and putting options into the hands of the miners. Before jumping into mining, be aware of all the costs. Electricity rates, hardware expenses, pool commissions, these all factor into your bottom line. Each miner's situation is unique. Most pools have profit calculators on their website or in their app to help you see if mining will be profitable before you get started.
Let's see the profit. Nice! That looks great.
Look for payout schemes like PPS, PPS Plus, FPPS, PPLNS. I know these all sound like crazy acronyms, but I promise you at some point you're going to read into this, they'll all start making sense. But each one basically splits rewards into different payment methods. Review the pool stats, the fees, the payout frequency, and the type, and the minimum withdrawals. Depending on your goals and your financial situation, you may want to choose one over the other, or even occasionally swap between payout modes. Most of us do in mining pools. Mining pools help make Bitcoin mining accessible to everyone. Understand your costs, join the right pool, and you'll turn that electricity and heat into real sats far more reliably. Good luck and keep mining. See you on the time chain. This is Cinco, signing off.
We've thoroughly covered the global Bitcoin news, but believe it or not, we have news from space. Based on recent reports from early March 2026, StarCloud, a space infrastructure startup backed by NVIDIA's Inception program, has announced plans to become the first company to mine Bitcoin in space. StarCloud plans to launch its second spacecraft, StarCloud 2, later in 2026. Which will carry dedicated application-specific integrated circuits, or ASIC miners, to mine Bitcoin in low Earth orbit. StarCloud has filed with the FCC to eventually operate a network of roughly 88,000 satellites, designed for orbital data centers. That's it for our universe-wide Bitcoin news.
Okay, we're at Steak and Shake in Victorville, California. I purchased this with Bitcoin today. And this is the manager, and I'm going to ask a couple questions. How many people would you say use Bitcoin to pay for their purchase?
Right now, we get like at least like the 40, because we get in people that are going to Las Vegas to do, like little, I don't know, I think they have meetings over there and they always pass through here and they come and pay with Bitcoin.
That's literally why we stopped. I never stopped here, but I stopped here because you take Bitcoin and I had to experience that. It's a positive thing for your company, right? Because you're getting more people.
Yeah, it gets more. Yeah. I could see the customers are excited because we have Bitcoin here. I can see the big smile when they come in. Can I have Bitcoin? Yes, we do.
That's awesome. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be giving away free prizes from our sponsors to our Bitcoin Video Magazine audience.
Hey, my name's Manny. I'm with Brady. Thanks very much for taking the moment to answer a question. So pick one.
Any of them, you pick.
All right, you tell me, what is money?
Just anything that we assign value to that you can trade for goods or services or something like that.
Good answer.
Excellent, that's a great answer. What backs the US dollar?
Just nothing, really. It's a fiat currency, so the government just decided that it had value, and we all just say that it does.
Perfect, a little bit of trust, right?
Yeah, it used to be backed by gold.
Excellent, this guy's got some knowledge. All right, hey, so what causes inflation?
Not quite sure. Things that can affect it, like when you increase minimum wage, cost of goods go up to like compensate for that, and then we keep like increasing wages to like afford things, but then people still want to make profits, so keep just like playing this game of things like going up and down.
That's a great answer. Hey, thank you very much for taking the time.
Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Come on, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Come on now, pick up the phone. That's it. Come on, pick up the phone.
Hello? Hey, what's up, Lane? Who's this? It's Tim with Bitcoin Video Magazine. Who? Bitcoin Video Magazine. You sponsored our Genesis issue? It's a Bitcoin video series. You said you'd trade us a few shirts. Wasn't that like 6 months ago? I know, that was a while ago. Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. Anyway, we have some prize winners for 2 shirts, and... hello? Hello? Heck, you want to record yourself karaokeing, changing the lyrics of the song to Bitcoin lyrics? Send it in.
You can sit out for a long time, leverage for a long time, shitcoin for a long time. Sooner or later, devil pulled the rug. Sooner or later, the devil pulled the rug.
At SatoShoes, we're walking boldly into a Bitcoin revolution, one bold sneaker at a time. Our mission is to spark conversations, ignite curiosity, and orange pill the world with vibrant Bitcoin-themed unisex sneakers that scream individuality and freedom. We can't be told what to do. We're Bitcoiners. We seek truth. We seek fairness. We crave freedom. We want the world to know what we know. And we know Bitcoin is the future. Designed to turn heads at meetups, conferences, or just in daily life. Our kicks empower Bitcoiners to wear their values and get normies asking the right questions about the future of money. With unique, community-inspired designs and the option to create your own or personalize an existing one, we're here to make Bitcoin not just a currency, but a lifestyle. It's our passion. We love Bitcoin for everything it is and everything it will be. Wear it with pride.
I love SatoShoes.
It is technically thermodynamically superior as an asset. If you have the superior asset, it's going up forevermore.
There will be a future. There is a fire that is your soul, and all the forces of fiat exist to extinguish it. Fiat wants you subdued, compliant, exhausted, But if you're holding this magazine, you've either escaped or you're about to. So thank Satoshi not only for Bitcoin, but for what it unlocks in you. It will fund your dreams, fuel your calling, free your time. In honor of our ancestors and the builders before us, we forge a new world, anchored in truth, built on Bitcoin. That's a quote by the Bitcoin artist Madex on the inside cover of the Genesis edition of Bitcoin Art Magazine. My name is Asanoha, and I'm the founder of Bitcoin Art Magazine. We are an independent cultural publication focused on the artwork shaped by Bitcoin. We exist at the intersection of art and sound money, documenting and celebrating a global creative movement that has grown alongside Bitcoin itself. Our mission is to propel the adoption of Bitcoin through the lens of art and culture, envisioning a brighter future built on a Bitcoin standard, while archiving the evolution of Bitcoin art and capturing this unprecedented moment in human history as it unfolds. Through our work, we amplify Bitcoin artists by showcasing their creations and ensuring their work reaches a global audience. We focus on artists, artworks, and ideas that reflect Bitcoin's core properties of proof of work, decentralization, sovereignty, scarcity, and immutability. We highlight creators who engage with Bitcoin not merely as a subject, but as a philosophical and creative framework that informs their practice. The work we feature spans traditional mediums such as painting, printmaking, and sculpture, with an emphasis on craftsmanship, material integrity, and visual storytelling. Bitcoin Art Magazine and Bitcoin Art Broadcast exist to support Bitcoin artists' representation and to offer collectors, curators, readers, and listeners a deeper understanding of this cultural movement. Our aim is to preserve and elevate the artwork of Bitcoin as it continues to unfold, fostering thoughtful engagement with what Bitcoin represents. Ultimately, Bitcoin Art Magazine documents a cultural renaissance that is still in its early stages and will continue to evolve as Bitcoin itself matures. We believe the art being created today will shape how future generations understand this moment in history. You can pick up a copy of the Genesis edition of Bitcoin Art Magazine at bitcoinartmagazine.com, or you can listen to an episode of our podcast at the bitcoinartbroadcast.com.
My dear son, there was a moment when something deeply shifted. I had been studying and saving Bitcoin, and then I found out you were coming into this world. And Bitcoin stopped being just for me, and started being more for you. You see, I didn't grow up with financial guidance. There were no assets waiting for me, no foundation to stand on. I realized I was going to pass on that same money fear I grew up with to you, unless I chose differently. So I chose Bitcoin to end that story. Not so you would be rich, but so you would be free. Free to choose work that aligns with your values, not dictated by money fears. This Bitcoin inheritance isn't just money, it's stewardship. And before you receive it, I want you to understand why it mattered enough for me to hold it for you. With love, Dad.
Something special is happening in Kansas City. This isn't just a meetup. it's a growing Bitcoin community. We're building a space where people can show up, learn, connect, and learn how to actually use Bitcoin in real life. Bitcoin Party KC is about bringing together art, music, education, and Bitcoin all in one room. This is for people who are curious, people who are building, and people who want to be part of a growing community. Our beautiful space is designed for real conversations. This gives us the ability to bring people together in a setting that actually feels intentional. Membership is your way in. It's how you stay connected to everything we're building. You get access to our regional Bitcoin newsletter with insights you won't find anywhere else. And it gives you access to events like this and ones coming next. Our 6th Bitcoin block party is coming up. And even if you're just a little curious, you need to be there. Our block party is where it all comes together. Vendors, education, and a live Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Video Magazine is one of the best resources out there. We're building to something bigger. Our next Bitcoin Summit here in Kansas City this coming September. So if you want to be in the room, now's the time to opt in. Join us at bitcoinpartykc.com and be part of what we're building.
Goodbye from Bitcoin Video Magazine.
Bitcoin Video Magazine. News Desk. Tech Deck. Mining.
Bitcoin Video Magazine. Culture and lifestyle. Day in the life. Community. Bitcoin Video Magazine. Company profiles. Best of the beat.
Bitcoin on the streets. Bitcoin Video Magazine.
Let's go.
Whatever's.
Go ahead. Go shred.
Spit. Welcome to Pipeline.
Refresh.
Grobatt.
Ooh, that.
Shakti to Marika's Nanku Prada.
Jump in with it.
Central banking is an institutionalized system of time theft, because ultimately the fruits of your labor are a product of your time or energy. We printed $6 trillion in 2020 in the US. The average annual US salary is $60,000 roughly. That's 100 million years stolen. through the counterfeiting of currency. If each human works from the age of 20 to 70, so that's about 50 productive years per human, the counterfeiting of $6 trillion USD equals the stealing of 2 million human lives worth of productive labor. I think this is hopefully what we can deliver as Bitcoiners, is pulling back the veil on this bullshit.
They don't realize they're inside the matrix. And for most people, they have never been educated. And they don't realize that they're in this trap, in this rat race, where they will never be free, and they will be forever slaves to the big government. Some people are fine being slaves. They don't mind it. I'd like to say that most of us don't like it. We like to be free and control of our own decisions. And the sooner we get illustrated by Bitcoin, the better. And it explains my deep distrust and how I despise fiat. And how I think fiat is the biggest fraud around, and that the only way to get out of that fraud is through Bitcoin. It makes you responsible. You got to learn to custody your stuff. Because that's another thing. My money is safe. It's in the bank. I'm banking, I have a bank. I have 22 million customers. So there's an excellent book from the 18th century, 1800s, called Lombard Street. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything has been tried, discovered, and it's the same thing, If you extend credit without corresponding savings, if you mismatch investment horizon with the deposit horizon, there's going to be a problem.
Turning now to the markets. A massive new player is entering the corporate Bitcoin race. Early Bitcoin advocate Adam Back is teaming up with Wall Street investment bank Cantor Fitzgerald to launch the Bitcoin Standard Treasury Company. The firm announced Thursday it plans to go public by merging with Cantor Equity Partners. That's a SPAC, essentially a blank check shell company designed specifically to take a private business public. Run by Brandon Lutnick, son of Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. When it hits the market, the company is set to debut with serious firepower. Over 30,000 Bitcoin on its balance sheet. At current prices, that is a stash worth over $3.5 billion. This immediately makes them the fourth largest corporate holder of Bitcoin in the world. That initial Bitcoin reserve comes straight from the founders. Adam Back is contributing 25,000 Bitcoin himself, with early investors kicking in just over 5,000 more. The firm is also building a massive war chest, raising up to $1.5 billion in private financing. That breaks down to $400 million in an equity offering, $750 million in convertible notes, and $350 million in preferred stock. The SPAC itself could also contribute up to $200 million, depending on shareholder redemptions. It's a clear sign that the Bitcoin treasury trend is still captivating Wall Street, as more firms try to mirror the highly successful playbook of Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy that has become the world's largest corporate BTC owner. It is a clear sign that the Bitcoin treasury trend is still captivating Wall Street as more firms try to mirror the highly successful playbook of Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy that has become the world's largest corporate BTC owner. In other global Bitcoin news, another central bank is getting into the game. Following the lead of countries like Bhutan and El Salvador, the Central Bank of Kazakhstan is reportedly adding cryptocurrency exposure to its balance sheet. According to Reuters, The bank is looking to invest up to $350 million in a portfolio of crypto proxies to diversify its national reserves to begin as early as this or next month. And not to be left out, based on recent reports from early March 2026, the Central Bank of Russia has proposed a framework allowing major, qualified commercial banks and brokerage firms to obtain licenses to operate cryptocurrency and Bitcoin exchanges. And from the United States, we turn to Gary Gensler and his wiped cell phone and text messages. From late 2022 through 2023, Gensler spearheaded the SEC's war on unlicensed exchanges. Binance, Coinbase, and more, all hit with lawsuits. Bitcoin stayed mostly unscathed, but only after years of what critics called overreach. Then came the bombshell. His official phone? Deleted. Every message gone between October 2022 and September 2023. No backups. SEC says routine wipe, inactive device policy. But what happened during that gap? Final calls on Bitcoin spot ETF approvals, the FTX fallout, and backroom meetings with BlackRock representatives. No one's proven corruption. Still, very convenient, isn't it? Retail investors lost fortunes on frozen tokens like MMDLP, while Gensler pushed rules that could have crushed Bitcoin custody. Now, those texts are dust. Could have been sloppy tech, could have been worse. Selective silence to favor institutions, bury dissent, or dodge accountability before stepping down last January. The new SEC head Atkins hasn't touched it yet. But in Bitcoin's world, trust isn't given, it's earned. And right now, it's paper thin. In Bitcoin, proof of work isn't just for mining, it's for regulators too. Tonight, it's missing. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe Gensler wanted certain chats gone. Either way, transparency died with that phone. And now, over to Des.
Desmond here. Let's take a closer look at Gensler's SEC timeline as it gets a bit spicy. October 2022, Gensler launches Finance Enforcement. Bitcoin futures deemed unregistered securities. Massive penalties ensue. November 2022, Coinbase receives Wells notice over staking mules, signaling the agency's further intent to pursue enforcement action over alleged violations of federal securities laws. SEC argues their investment contracts, threatening to outlaw every Bitcoin earning service. And who could forget the FTX fallout and Gensler's many questionable connections to the firm? January 2023, SAB 121 published. It forces custodians to treat private keys like physical assets. Full disclosure, audits, no more silent holding. Self-sovereignty, effectively criminalized overnight. Bitcoin holders lost direct control under regulatory watch. April 2023, spot ETF applications pile up. Gensler holds closed-door sessions with BlackRock, Fidelity, then, without explanation, flips approval in May. So at every critical juncture, no messages, no notes, no record. A year of decisions shaping Bitcoin's future, simply erased. Back to you, Natasha.
Thank you for that interesting timeline, Des. Now, the new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, is marking a major turning point for the digital asset industry, teaming up with the CFTC to finally deliver clear regulatory guidelines. In a joint action alongside CFTC Chairman Michael Selig, the agencies issued a new interpretation detailing exactly how federal laws apply to crypto transactions. Atkins noted that this framework aims to draw definitive regulatory lines after a decade of uncertainty, specifically highlighting a departure from the previous administration.
There are a number of questions that I would like to ask, but since we started out on BitConf, let's go further into crypto.
By officially recognizing that most crypto assets are not inherently securities. The newly released guidance establishes a coherent taxonomy for digital commodities, stablecoins, and collectibles, while finally clarifying the legal status of activities like airdrops, protocol mining, and staking. Both agency heads emphasize their commitment to fostering a flourishing crypto and Bitcoin environment in the United States. They describe this new, harmonized approach as an essential bridge for entrepreneurs and investors, while Congress works to pass comprehensive, bipartisan market structure legislation. In another historic first for the digital asset industry, cryptocurrency exchange Kraken has just secured a direct line to the Federal Reserve. Kraken Financial has officially become the first U.S. digital asset bank to gain access to the Fed's payment system through a limited-purpose master account. This is a massive milestone that highlights just how deeply this sector is integrating into mainstream finance. By securing this master account, Kraken can now link directly to core U.S. payment rails, such as Fedwire. This means they no longer have to rely on traditional intermediary banks to move money around. For Kraken's institutional clients, this translates to much faster and far more efficient fiat currency transfers, while also drastically cutting down on operational complexity and costs behind the scenes. It's a major step forward in bridging the gap between traditional banking, plumbing, and an alternative digital economy. That's it for our universe-wide Bitcoin news. From all of us here at Bitcoin Video Magazine, we wish you a bright future with much more positive news to share.
We're not happy, we're not sad, we are stuck raving mad!
You know, we're mad. Yeah, we know. Are we gonna go for it?
The score's 2-1, it's the enemy's round. But we'll all be dead, cause the whole world's gone. Ho-ho! It's always the same. We're insane.
You can go home now.